Nick Cage, split your rib cage. Hit you 6 ways, a bit crude, the Baywatch babes. Rick Rude, fist split fools. Use his face for a bag as if I'm practicing for a match that's finna happen. Laughing in Manhattan, just happen to be in the Hamptons. I'ma optimize all that happen to happen. Trapping, lavish habits, flipping the panties off of ravishing gals at the Radisson. Eating cherry, sipping Evian with the lemon in. I'm friendly and charming, I am a don. Never pausing, game is water. In these fantasies, I'll be slaughtering. These bras be in a better mood that they ever been probably in. But I'm hollering, it's modest enjoying them. Jollying, Ralph Lauren, smoother than margarine. Offering a better time than any man offered them. I'm gorgeous and these artists hear my bars and they get nauseous. I'm the farthest up the laws of polarity, the godliest. These carcasses can't spit cause the garbage is scarlet's empty. So off with his, I'm an artist, so go as far as the carving his forehead. Planet Marduk as far as it orbit forward and upward. Off in Mars in the forest, off in the stars. Avatars, dinosaurs and beyond is the fallen cultures. Martin marching, army stomping so much they faint from exhaustion. Far from a bomb and transform the Mothman. Off in another life, Marcus Garvey is calling. I'm balling like the hurricane of New Orleans. God is calling and water's pouring out the eyes of the mother goddess. Eyes of the skies are falling. Bragg is qualified, so he prophesizes through foreign. Jay-Z's soul came to me. Oh my God, who can stop it? Put any rapper's head on a guillotine and I'll chop it.
How many of us, I wonder, can recall?
In the realms of the wild abyss, bodiless, don't eat animals but give a cow a kiss. Chop a fish in half with an axe, fry him on a stove. Thinking how it's in my strength makes me powerful. Then it was a day when we ain't have bones to leave a fossil. Looking like a giant in a diving suit. Praise Allahu, pupils in our heads till we had eyes to use. In our minds they grew. Aquaman, way before the modern man. God's plan unfolds in evolutionary execution. Relative to every human, tissue skeletons improving. Electric fusion, static retribution. One story, but there's different fates for every future. One consciousness. Mother goddess, 7-headed monster. Kali is a giant mothership hovering right above our heads. Bugs with eggs. This is evolution. Density intrusion. Heavily solutions. The intelligence of humans. No more analyzing. No more judging. The extinctions of opinions. No conviction. Unconditioned love. Presence wrapped in gifts of pure forgiveness. Love is the one world religion. No more Christians, no more Muslims, no more fighting, no more killing, no more ISIS, no more children starving, no more mothers crying, no more kids going to prison, no more senseless fathers dying, multiplying on this planet till we live on other planets, till we can't help it but see how great the world is. Just to be grateful is the reason for life. Don't have to search for it. Dark ghosts of present man makes up these forces in its essence. God turns man into God if he evokes him in the lessons. But these dark energies can rip you apart potentially, eventually. Some last longer than others mentally, spiritually, materially. All these realms are one parallel, so you gotta understand all of them to know one. Gates of hell, conventional definition of black magic. Bloody ceremonies talk directly with demonic forces. Conscious choices chosen willfully. Spiritual experiences, shape-shift and sorcery. Resort to being woefully riddled. The corpse's souls, nauseous frequencies, the lowest rituals and souls of deities. Deified the Jehovah's law binds them, but they find them once he gives his permission. Procedure quickens, inorganic shadows flicker in the distance, shadows reaching out, other dimensions. Predatorial demons, the serpent whispers, subconscious and suggestive. The subjective and objective goal is to steal awareness. Ancestors must use energy to live. Use relatives, live inside you, pacing, patient, crawling, scraping, just to live. Electric currents chirping as the wise out of tunnel vision, gazing at the all from its position. Head turning, witches whistling, heart landed in my physical existence. Living heaven, infinite, not dark. Roads of hidden, vivid, livid, secret agendas and ulterior motives. The wickedness, Crowley in the flesh.
And new WBC super welterweight champion of the world, Floyd Mayweather.
He blew this up when he could beat the best. Pretty boy Floyd tonight.
All I ever wanted was to be rich. For my fam's sake, and throw them fists for my fans' sake. Smile big as a child's. De La Hoya's a warrior. Turtle in the head. DeMarcus Paulie couldn't tour with ya. Philip Endu had to end you. 4 rights to your head, you fell good night. Every time I step out at night, I'm like, can I pay? Miguel Cotto was a tough competitor. What can I say? My father was a boxer. I just want to say sorry if I disrespected any woman. Get some mirrors and just stare at yourselves. My mom told me I was special. You'll see one day what I mean. What you see you can perceive, what you believe you can achieve. She was clairvoyant, put the seed in your mind, it grows flamboyant. Almost $1 billion without gross, undefeated.
Just blessed from God, and God don't make mistakes.
I done made you famous enough. Everywhere I go, you follow me to get your name in the papers on television.
Dads who pay dough can't mold me like my cash is clay. Afro A, American Barkley is who I'm living through. Ridicule, Frazier, Mathis, stay on the canvas and go into the army, evolving upon a planet. Revolutionary, damn it, cause freedom, I'm gonna have it. Conscious, fighting the fight, so I'm in my casket. White trunks, black trim, black skin, red blood. Very human, heart of gold and infatuated to win. Competitive and debated, the greatest flow like a butterfly. Bumblebee, Belinda, forgive you, no one can fuck with me. I am a fight of a family, meant much to me. Popular, but thank you, Veronica, for loving me. First of all, Muhammad, the father, Lala Ali's the tiger, Miriam and Hana, always love your mama, pick the right man for the part. Will you nailed it? You're like a son. It was fun, sparring with you, hilarious. I won. At 60, I was still fly. I was hefty, but was sexy and was still alive. You think I'm dead, but my legend never will die. There's no Allah, spirit in you is the real God. Pilot killed God. There's no way to kill God. Use common sense and practicality to build by. Was strong even up until I was a frail guy. This is for everyone I didn't get to tell by. Goodbye.
Whom would you like to fight and where and when?
I'd like to fight whoever you think's the best, the #1 man.
I'm not sure that there's anybody left, really, for you to fight.
You.
That may come about someday. Thank you for coming.
Just stay in shape.
Why would you say that? Because every indication has been that you're confident. I'm confident I'll whoop all of them. This ain't nothing new. My image has been confident. You're just trying to make it look like something new. So I'm always confident I'll whoop all of them.
This allegory of aliens invading humans is actually the awakening of the mind that has been in slumber because of the mental hibernation period. The cause is a list of things, positions of planets, sun, stars. This is an infinite upon infinite upon infinite. Infinites of infinites of infinites to the infinite power of the infinite power of infinite. Once you get the grasp of this thing, do not put a positive charge or negative charge on anything. You have to look at it like you're from somewhere else, with another family and rank that you have that is like here but your own. Then imagine you were just placed here for a cause. Be a hero for a cause. But that cause can't be disagreeable to anything, or belligerent, or argumentative. It has to be neutral, with no limiting beliefs or judgments, because these are human constructs. They have no official origin of us as an evolving species. With this newfound perception, you'll be open to infinite potential. Everything will be more vibrant, and once you're vibrating on royalty and holy respect for all that you come across will have holy respect in return. Cause and effect, law of attraction. Vibrate on fear, get fear. Vibrate on care, get care. This alien invasion is just an allegory, meaning beings with this mentality are gonna spread. Kill off the identity or the ego of the human race, not the human race themselves. Once you get truly conscious, the illusion of the ego vanishes, and you now live back in the spiritual realm while you are still on earth. Reputations vanish, and there are no more secrets. This is the Merkaba. Not reading minds, but in geometric resonance with higher levels of intelligence, tuning directly in to source. So telepathy, clairvoyance, these will be old phenomenons as new rays of light, higher degrees of light shine in as darkness turns to light, or I should say darker turns lighter, because we are all in degrees of the all. This shift or gravitational pull from these oncoming energies will be so intensely different that from resistance, there will be ripping and clawing for survival. There will be grinding and gnashing of teeth. The illusion will come crashing as the Son of Man returns triumphantly. The minute every person starts caring about others more than themselves is when the floodgates of love will be open. Love is granted by the intent. Selfish love is limited. Selfless love is infinite. If you love more than just one person, God's going to have to give you more love. If you're teaching, God is going to have to give you more knowledge to teach. The minute you decide to be selfish, Spirit turns on you instead of for you, then works against you instead of by you. This is absolute law. You must know good from evil, not misuse knowledge. There are many gods, but there is only one, all-omnipotent God, and that's law which governs. For the sons of God, the Elohim, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, the fallen angels, these are beings who know good from evil, hence choose evil or go against law. You must turn that wrong into a right by correcting and perfecting yourself. The only true God is law. Move up in rank. You must know but also believe. On every frequency there is malevolent and benevolent beings. So some are there to help and some are there to hurt. But remember, to every hurt there's a help, and to every help there's a hurt. There is nothing that is constant but change, and nothing that is perfect but law. Physical plane, mental plane, and spiritual plane vibrate from thought. Superheroes. And the other also conscious but turns villain and goes out in a blaze of glory. Shake hands and become one newly evolved superhero. I'm the smartest, I'm the wisest, I'm the strongest, big and tall, and I'm a tyrant. Metal armor, helmet bronze, stick my spirit, someone scarlet, there's a riot, long and sharp and made of iron since a child. Warring, roaring like a lion, cut his head off with my sword, and then I'll stop him, and I'll stomp him, and I'll stop him, force him to obey the laws if he defiant. Feed his corpse to the vultures, they'll be flying. On his carcass, I'm a giant, I'm Goliath, who's the Saul and it's a liar. When I hear these midgets talk, I just despise it. Ha 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 ha, I'll break his jaw, and man, I'll force him into silence. Brothers crying, I am awesome, so of course I'm into violence.
And just as you have to stop talking to hear what others have to say, you have to stop thinking to find out what life is about. And the moment you stop thinking, you will come into immediate contact with what Korzybski called so delightfully the unspeakable world.
I fell, hit the ground, now I'm enlightened on my feet. Took a few lifetimes, but I learned now I'm complete. Transformed into a new vehicle to travel space. Nibiru, name rings bells, Nephilim the Great, Enlil, Menlo, Anu, Enki, crown me, for I've conquered earthly wants and desires. Throw them in the lake of fire, for I live on pure light. High vibrations, meditations, levitations, outer space and transmutation ain't the same as what I was. I have changed, no more pacing, I'm content. Fallen angels when you know they're from evil, when you went the wrong direction. Retrospection, perfect sight, all is right, all is bright. Try my best to walk the path with all my might. Polarity control panel of the mothership. Bottom, limiting, separate, fear. Root chakra, red, 6, ether, top, 9, love, infinite, connected. Violet, must polarize at top. Physical plane, mental plane, spiritual plane. Vibrate at all different rates. The all. On the control panel, there are two polarities and extremes, and this is true of all things in nature. It is the fourth universal law, or the hermetic principle number 4, polarity. Transmutation with the art of gratitude. In every situation there's two extremes, or for every negative thought there is a way to turn it positive by transmuting the undesirable into the desirable. Imagination and visualization. Shift your attention. Transmutation. The bottom of the pole on the control panel you have the worst, at the top you have the best. In between you have less goods and more goods. A less good is more good than a less good under that. Each degree is infinitely higher than the rest, and an infinite level of entities dwell on each realm. Infinite realms. The Hermetic Master or advanced student polarizes himself at the desired pole, stands firm in his polarized position. The pendulum swings up and down. Principle of rhythm. Pendulum is emotions, feelings, attitude swings or mood swings. Stand firm with sound right reasoning and patience to protect the magnetic field around the body. To preserve the magnetic field, which is the aura, you must neutralize in the principle of rhythm, which is the 5th hermetic principle, balanced. Ma'at, through channeling your own energies. Once you balance yourself, you can channel spiritual energies because you are in oneness with the all. Life is a game and you control the levers to the control panel. The objective of the game is to stay as artistic, happy, grateful, and at peace as possible by polarizing your position. Alchemy and Hermeticism. The Emerald Tablet. Move up in the ranks. You must first be educated, then you must be initiated, then you must be purified in purification. Then comes learning and skill bounding. At the bottom of the pole of polarity, on the control panel of the all of the mothership, Crystal City, you have on the bottom of the pole of polarity the number 6 for 6 ether. At the top, 9 for 9 ether, yin and yang. You have polytheism, you have pantheistic monotheism, growing and evolving. At the bottom you have 6 ether, black magic, witchcraft, sorcery, occult, destruction. But all of this is needed for the one all. At the top you have white magic, intent, creation. Hermetic philosophy, Gnosticism, an ancient mystical Christian sect, mystical Jewish teachings. Books by Hermes, the Corpus Hermeticism, translated into Greek and then later into Arabic and Latin. The Middle Ages and Renaissance periods, Sir Isaac Newton, Carl Jung, metaphysics or law of attraction. Thoughts create reality. From your feelings to the unmanifested, to the manifested. As within, so without. Alchemist, lead to gold. How to keep your thoughts, moods, health, relationships, and finances at a high level consistently. Microcosm, macrocosm, or as above, so below. As the pendulum swings, you must hang on to that high swing. You must be frozen and polarized at that position. As the pendulum swings down, the goal is to be a distinguished intellectual who is practical, spiritual, mentalism. All is mind, the all is mental, the all is in all. Polytheism, many gods, monotheism, one God. Both are true, yet are dual in belief. Natural law and universal law, the 7 hermetic principles. These laws or principles are broke down into formulas, allegories, metaphors, mythologies, movies, fairy tales, etc., axioms, portals, risk, Ilion, mothership, 19th galaxy, holding facility for returning souls, incarnations, zap in and out, past and present lives, planetary energies of astrological forces of nature. It ain't that the occult is evil, it's just that the lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding. The Kabbalion. Magical powers. This is why you must know good from evil, because you will be given a great responsibility. What will you choose? Knowledge or traditions, social order, customs, entertainments, ignorance? You want to be unique and free, or will you live in ego and fear? Will you be mentally sovereign, be mentally imprisoned? X-Men or Homo sapien? Be responsible with your powers, because once you can channel energies, you can channel them for the all and be a portal for evolutionary energies that can ultimately save the planet with this knowledge of how to neutralize and polarize yourself at the top of the pole of polarity. This knowledge is mystical and hidden to the normal eye. You will truly understand godliness. Nothing will be hidden from your eyesight, because you will have insight. Do wrong and you will be punished. Do right and you will be rewarded. But even the punishments are to teach. Just learn how to control your spiritual powers, or it can corrupt your soul. In turn, will turn on you, destroy your body's health, and haunt your mind. Peace or damnation, ego or meek, heaven or hell, ego, fear, and fire, subconscious programs, reactive mind or reptile brain, which is the bottom, root chakra, which is fight or flight, red, fear or fire, which is hell, eat, sleep, procreation. Orange and red, first 2 chakras, root, sacrum. It is to be consumed by heat, and your aura, your soul, in turn, burns up. You You must raise your energy all the way up through your sacrum chakra and up through the solar plex chakra. And to get by that takes will, which is the love vibration, which is the key, the heart chakra, throat, third eye, crown chakra, royalty. Okay, once you do that, you are accepted into the family of higher realm beings. But this takes a series of tests. Just watch the movie Avatar. Once you get out of the reptilian brain, which is the first two chakras, you get into the mammalian brain, which is your emotions, which can swing you either way. If you swing down, you swing back into the reptilian brain, which is duality, base chakra. If you swing up, you are into the neocortex, which is left and right hemispheres in unison and sync with each other, which is total balance, big picture perception, not tunnel vision, to where you know that everything you see is a reflection of you, so you shall not judge, but living completely in the now. Because you created what you see, it is a reflection of you. The all cannot be taken away from or added to. What you resist persists, and you will become a neurotic. Most people are programmed with the belief that bad follows good. That's how nature works. Day then night, summer then winter, play then work, life then death. But this is where the neutralization of the pendulum comes into play. Do not judge, for you shall be judged by what? You, for it is all you and you are it. It's all connected. There's one being. Negative, positive, creation, destruction, right brain, left brain, cerebrum, cerebellum, ultraviolet, infrared, love, higher chakras, or lower chakras. Will yourself up. Can't have one chakra without the other. Without the red, there would be no rainbow. Oneness or duality. Without duality, there would be no oneness. The ultimate reality. Learn from every situation and you will start seeing synchronism in everything, and your life will come alive. Mother Nature is the spirit of the all. It will start communicating with you, teaching you parables. Once you are vibrating on gratitude and love, your heart chakra will be open. You will be vibrating on physical, mental, and spiritual plane all at once, and you will be at oneness. What lacks will lacks love, so therefore you become selfish, and your energy is stuck and causes resistance, which unallows the energy to filter right in geometric, beautiful, colorful lights. Keep the flowers of your soul well watered with fluidity of thought, not analytical, dualistic, critical thinking, but big picture, holistic perception. We must create a pattern in the opposite direction of what we are. To accomplish that, we must be the opposite of what we are. But we are programmed to be afraid of change, fear of the unknown. But the key is to be our complete opposite, without fear. But what stands in the way is the ego, the identity, will shatter, frozen in fragments, like a broken glass, and get suspended in time, where that frequency will get locked. In the evolution of unified consciousness, so on the way up, this evolutionary process of growth is alive, so therefore entities take on these levels of mentalities, which are degrees of intelligence and levels of awareness that are in between the two extremes, which exist infinitely. There is no past, there is no future, and everything possible is happening at all moments simultaneously as one boundless, live organism. This is God, one big evil, one big beautiful, everything, all at once. Utmost, a vibrating, colorful awareness from infrared to ultraviolet, from the worst pain to the highest nirvana. An infinite amount of circumstances are possible, probable, and without a doubt factual in every way you can ever imagine, in an infinite amount of ways that you can't. This is why we should not have any beliefs. To have a belief is to think that one thing is more true than the other, where the all is in all. The all is mine. We can only tap into the database of the all, and the human race is only experiencing the infinite victories and pitfalls of the all. We are in a very low frequency. You must will yourself to know its opposite, and this takes love and courage, guts. You have to 100% walk the path. But our body gets into this mode, and And how it does that is we get locked in a state of fear and doubt, limiting thoughts, a lower degree of frequency that vibrates as a result of electric shocks to the nervous system that zaps static red electric currents into our etheric bodies from anger, frustration, fear, which comes from ego. This etheric shock from emotional distress creates chaos in the nervous system. The adrenaline evokes harmful energies through us and to us. So these energies harm us and harm the ones we are mean and hateful towards. Every being that you can think of exists just like us. Entities are stealing awareness from these people. Worlds upon worlds upon worlds. No thing can possess you. Nothing can possess you other than your own thoughts. And to every thought there's a belief attached. And if that belief defies sound right reasoning, then you are giving in to some type of force that is beyond your own. And the people are actually the ghouls, the zombies, the reptile mind. And the media feed off it because it's what sells and gets ratings. Not because there's some elite people that are doing this to you. The knowledge is here for us to learn in all of these movies hidden in plain sight.